Well, we were just talking with the Wicked community. The folks who watch live, we refer to as the Wicked Senate. And we got a member saying that Fox has rotted their father's brain. And I hate to say this, but that story is true for millions and millions of Americans. Good news is, it doesn't say anything bad about your father. It says a lot bad about Fox. They are designed to do specifically that. Here is Business Insider, way back in 2012, warning us about this. Study: watching only Fox News makes you less informed than watching no news at all. Media outlets such as Fox News and MSNBC have a negative impact on, MSNBC, that's interesting, on people's current events knowledge, while NPR and Sunday morning political talk shows are the most informative sources of news, according to Fairleigh Dickinson University's newest Public Mind survey. Okay, researchers asked 1,185 random nationwide respondents what news sources they consumed in the past week and asked them questions about events in the U.S. and abroad. On average, people correctly answered 1.6 out of 5 questions about domestic affairs. Because the aim of the study was to isolate the effects of each type of news source, they then controlled for variables such as other news sources, partisanship, education, and other demographic factors. They found that someone who watched only Fox News would be expected to answer 1.04 domestic questions correctly, compared to 1.22 for those who watched no news at all. Nothing at all. Those watching only The Daily Show with Jon Stewart, telling you when this came out, answered 1.42 questions correctly. And people who listened to only NPR or watched only Sunday morning political talk shows answered 1.51. Where's MSNBC? Okay, so to be clear, Business Insider misled quite a bit up top, contributing to the problem, because Fox News, worse than no news. MSNBC, according to this chart, better than no news. So there's only one place that's worse than no news, and that's Fox. But you know what? This was 2012. This is 2012. Let's see how much that has changed. Oh, gosh. In recent years. Oh my God. I just saw another article that I would very much like to look at, but it's a different subject. Let's look at this from NBC. Now, granted, anything they say about NBC, I'm going to assume is skewed favorably in their direction. But let's look at them talking about Fox. A new study suggests Fox News viewers aren't just manipulated and misinformed, they are literally being made ignorant by their consumption habits. Let's dwell a little bit. Let's wallow in this muck. The problem with Fox News, the cable TV channel, isn't just what it is, it's also what it isn't. It is a purveyor of propaganda and misinformation. It's not a source of news, at least not by any normal definition. That's one of the conclusions I drew from a fascinating new study in which yada 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 were paid to watch CNN for a month. The study, titled, The Manifold Effects of Partisan Media on Viewers' Beliefs and Attitudes, a field experiment with Fox News viewers, was performed by a pair of political scientists, David Brockman, who teaches at UC Berkeley, and Joshua Calla, who teaches at Yale. Christ, those are some credentials. According to Brockman and Calla, when these Fox viewers watched CNN, they heard about all sorts of things Fox wasn't telling them. They processed that information. They took it in. They became more knowledgeable about what was really going on in the United States. Son of a gun, look at that. The experiment didn't change their political preferences, certainly not in just 1 month, but it slightly altered their perceptions of certain key issues and political candidates. Okay. I don't want, because this is slightly off topic, so I don't want to go through this whole article, but you get the idea. Fox News misinforms. Hey, by the way, there is something that we designed right towards the beginning of this channel. I'm going to recommend again the unsubscribe challenge. Since we know this is a weakness Fox has, what I would recommend you do, if you have people in your life who watch Fox News, is challenge them to watch a little bit of Fox and you watch it with them. Make it a group activity. And a little bit of something else. And the first one of you, you time it. The first one of you to be able to fact check the news program, like they literally get a fact wrong, you win. And the other person has to stop watching their selected program for a week. Just a week. Easy peasy. Lots of other news channels. What's the point of that? Number one, even if you lose, even if you roll the dice and Ari Melber or Jake Tapper, God help us, misquotes a figure, and you're the one that's got to not watch that channel for a week. Oh well. It's not the end of the world for you. You like finding out when your sources, presumably, when you like finding out when your sources are incorrect. Good. But the other person has had to watch just a little bit of a differing opinion. That in and of itself is incredibly valuable. Also, you are almost certainly going to win the unsubscribe challenge, because you're generally doing it with folks that need to unsubscribe from the things that are lying to them. They're just straight up lying to them. So you might get a break from that. And this is where, at the very least, you will be able to demonstrate how often they are being lied to by their news sources. Consider doing the unsubscribe challenge with your father. Might be too much. It might be too much to undertake. Certainly, you would have an unfair advantage because your father's going to be less familiar with phones and fact-checking on the fly. But a version of it, putting your money where your mouth is, or at least critically watching things together, may be of use.